Fuecoco Community Day is almost here in Pokemon Go, featuring a brand new shiny and the opportunity to get a lot of Stardust. And in this video, I will be going through everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you get the most out of this event. So the event will be taking place on Saturday, March 8th between 2 PM and 5 PM local time, but what exactly does it have to offer? So for the bonuses, Fuecoco will be spawning much more frequently in the wild and they will have a boosted 1 in 25 shiny rate. You'll get 3 times catch Stardust, 2 times catch Candy, 2 times chance for Candy XL, lures and incense will last for 3 hours excluding daily incense. You'll get snapshot photobomb encounters with Fuecoco. You'll get 1 additional special trade for a maximum of 2 for the day, and all trades made will require 50% less Stardust. And while these bonuses are really good, there are some ways to make them even better, but more on that later. And you will be able to evolve a Crocodile into Skeledirge during the event or up to a week afterwards to get a Skeledirge that will know the charged attack Blast Burn. Not only that, but from the start of this event and continuing afterwards, Skeledirge will also be able to learn the charged attack Torch Song, and I will be going through how good Skeledirge is with these moves later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. There will be field research to catch Fuecoco that will reward Stardust, Great Balls, and additional encounters with Fuecoco. And if you're lucky, you might actually be able to find some field research that will reward encounters with Fuecoco that when caught will have the special seasonal background. And there is also a way you can guarantee an encounter with Fuecoco with this special background. So starting on the day of this event, you will receive a timed research that will last for a week following the event. Completing these tasks will get you an encounter with Fuecoco with the background, and they will have the same boosted Community Day shiny rate of 1 in 25. And these tasks are pretty simple, you just need to log into the game and catch a Pokemon on a few of the days following Community Day. And make sure you keep your biggest Fuecoco for Pokestop showcases that will be available throughout the event. And if you want some extra items for Community Day, there are some bundles available in the in-game shop. For 1350 Pokecoins you can get these items, and for 480 Pokecoins you can get these items. There will also be a bundle on the web store for $5 that will get you these, and the special research ticket that you can get from this is also available separately in the in-game shop for $2. And this special research story ticket will get you additional encounters with Fuecoco, a premium battle pass, a rare Candy XL, and 3 encounters with Fuecoco with the special seasonal background. There will also be event themed stickers available from spinning Pokestops, opening gifts, and for purchase in the in-game shop. So I will be getting into how good the event Pokemon is later on in the video, but first, with all of the bonuses available, how can you maximize on them? So the main one here is Stardust. This is one of the most valuable resources in the game because it is required for you to power up your Pokemon, and with the steep cost of Stardust, especially as you get your Pokemon past level 40, it means Stardust will get more and more valuable for you as you play the game. This makes having a 3 times catch Stardust bonus for this event even more important. Having this bonus does mean that with a star piece, it will increase the bonus to 4.5 times catch Stardust, meaning that each Fuecoco catch will get you 450 Stardust. But it's not only Fuecoco that you could be catching during this event to get additional Stardust. So certain Pokemon in Pokemon Go give more Stardust when caught than others. These are Stardust boosted Pokemon. Pokemon like Paris, for example, that gives 500 Stardust per catch, Trubbish that gives 750, and Ordino that gives 2100. So if you have any of these Pokemon in your field research stack that you haven't caught yet, this would be the best time to do it because the 3 times catch Stardust bonus and 4.5 times if you include a star piece will also multiply Stardust boosted Pokemon. And a 3 times catch Stardust bonus is even better in a Community Day setting than it would be in other events, because basically there will be more spawns. So if you can play somewhere with a large number of Pokestops, then I would highly recommend it, because with the 3-hour lure module bonus of Community Day, it means trainers tend to use their lure modules more often because they have more value. This means in more densely populated areas, you often get a lot of Pokestops lured up, and this means there are a lot of potential spawns from all of these lures, and therefore you will be able to catch more to get more XP, Stardust, and potentially shinies. So it is for this reason that I would recommend trying to stock up on as many Pokeballs as you can before this event, and if you do have limited space, then I would probably recommend dropping potions, revives, and berries, for example, so you can make more space for Pokeballs, because at the end of the day, this is a catching focused event. Stocking up on Pokeballs, however, could be difficult if you live in areas where there aren't many Pokestops. For this though, I would recommend opening the max amount of gifts you can each day from your friends leading up to the event, so you can stock up on some Pokeballs and other items you may need for the event. And even though there are no XP bonuses for the event, making sure to quick catch and focusing on excellent throws in particular will be the best way to rack up XP. And whilst you could use lucky eggs to increase XP to 2000 XP per excellent throw catch, if you don't have many lucky eggs, then I would hold on to them until another Community Day where there is a 3 times catch XP bonus, because this means you'll be able to get over 6000 XP per excellent throw catch. It is also worth using your incense during the event because again, they will be lasting for 3 hours and it will help keep the flow of Pokemon encounters more consistent, especially if you happen to pass through an area where there aren't many spawns during during your walk. Also, if you use multiple incenses whilst Community Day is active, you can add an extra 3 hours to your incense timer per incense used. So it's worth doing this if you know you're going to continue playing after the event ends. And there is another way you can potentially catch even more Pokemon during the event, and this would be to use Origin Palkia's Spatial Rend Adventure effect. If you didn't know, this effect increases the distance at which you can interact with Pokemon on the overworld map, and this is particularly useful if you are walking through streets that are running parallel to each other, because you will be able to reach some spawns from neighbouring streets without necessarily having to walk through them. It also helps you reach Pokemon in places that you can't access easily by foot. And when catching, having at least a great buddy level Pokemon set as your buddy will be beneficial, because it will assist you in catches if the Pokemon knocks away your Pokeball. And as always, you can get a bit of XP and Stardust just for taking part in showcases, and if you rank highly, you can get premium items like Lucky Eggs and Star Pieces that you can then use to get more XP and Stardust later down the line. But remember, it is worth trying to do showcases in more rural areas if you can, because there is less competition, so you've got a higher chance of winning. And make sure to keep an eye on the showcase when it's nearing its end, just in case people try to swap in Pokemon that rank higher than yours at the last second to steal the win. This can be done remotely, so it's pretty easy for people to do. And to use Stardust to power up Pokemon, you do need candy as well. But how can you maximize on candy for Fuecoco Community Day? So you can always use Pinap Berries to increase candy gains, and you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Pokemon you're catching to increase the amount of candy, Candy XL, and XP you get per catch. And as Fuecoco is a fire type, I would recommend Mega Evolving Charizard, Blaziken, Houndoom, or Revert Groudon. And remember to pick whichever one you have at the max Mega level, so you will get more candy, XP, and chance for Candy XL. Generally, what I do to increase Mega levels is to tag all of the Pokemon that I want to increase the Mega level of, and then I go through all of them and Mega Evolve them all on the same day, and then wait for the cooldown and repeat. Even though this means you can't use the Mega Evolution bonus because they will overwrite each other, it's worth doing this unless you know you're going to need them in the immediate future and you haven't got other Mega energy to Mega Evolve them. It does take 30 days of Mega Evolution to get to max Mega level, and you only get credit for the first time you Mega Evolve a Pokemon per day. So it is one of those things where you want to level them up for the future. And talking of the future, if you do want to eventually level up to level 50, you have to get to level 49. And there is a challenge that requires you to get 35 Platinum Medals to level up to level 49. But luckily, Community Days are some of the best events to get a lot of these done. Firstly, with Fuecoco being a fire type, it's a good chance to work on your Platinum Kindler medal. With lures lasting for 3 hours, it's a good time to work on your Platinum Picnicker medals, especially if you play in populated areas, because a lot of people will be catching off your lures. However, it might be a little bit of a fight for who manages to get the lure modules down on Community Days in highly populated areas, so make sure you keep that in mind. Remember, you will get snapshot photobomb encounters with Fuecoco during this event, and this will help you progress your Cameraman Platinum medal. And if you don't know how to get a snapshot photobomb encounter, you just need to go to a Pokemon in your inventory or your buddy Pokemon, click on the camera icon and take a picture of the Pokemon. Then on the picture, Fuecoco will photobomb it, and when you go back to the overworld map screen, it will appear on the map for you at your avatar's location so you can catch it. With the trading bonuses for the event, it's a good time to work on your Platinum Gentleman and Pilot medals. And as it will be just Fuecoco spawning for the 3 hours, you have a good chance of running into Double XL and Double XS Fuecoco, and this will help you with your Jumbo and Tiny Collector medals. With showcases being available, it's a good chance to try and work on your Showcases Star medal. Getting this medal to Platinum is the only way to get an encounter with PhD Pikachu. And as the field research is always easy to do on Community Day, it's just catch 3 of the featured Pokemon. It can be very helpful for you getting your Platinum Pokemon Ranger medal. And generally, field research is really worth doing to get Hundos or Shundos because of the 10-10-10 IV floor. With that said though, you can sometimes tell if a Pokemon is a Hundo just by looking at the CP value it has. This does however depend on the hidden level of the Pokemon. But what are the 100% IV CP values for Fuecoco that you can look out for on the day? So from research, you are looking for a Fuecoco with 483 CP, which is at level 15. From the wild, at the max level of 30, this is without a weather boost, you're looking for 966 CP, and max level with a sunny weather boost at level 35 will be 1046 CP. Other than these values I've mentioned, I recommend checking your inventory regularly with a 4-star search so you can see if you picked any Hundos up on the way. It's especially worth doing this before you transfer any. And the 100% IVs are always what you want for raid attacking, but how good is Skeledirge as a raid attacker? Well, unfortunately, it isn't much of a raid attacker, and the new moves it gets access to won't really help it enough to push it into the meta. But Skeledirge is more of a Go Battle League Pokemon, and for Go Battle League, you don't always want 100% IVs on your Pokemon, because sometimes you do want a lower attack IV so you can power up your Pokemon more, increasing its defense and HP before it reaches the Battle League CP cap. This leads to a bulkier Pokemon that can take more hits and potentially land more attacks. For the Master League though, you do always want the 100% IVs because there is no CP cap for it. So for Skeledirge in particular, it is currently ranked 191 with 115-15 IVs in the Great League. It's ranked 34 in the Ultra League with 0-15-15 IVs, and it's ranked 107 in the Master League. This This is of course not taking into account the additions of Blast Burn and Torch Song however, but the recommended moveset for Skeledirge of Disarming Voice and Shadow Ball, but this will most likely still be the best moveset even with the new moves added because of how Skeledirge is utilised in Go Battle League. So whilst the Community Day moves aren't really that helpful for Skeledirge in particular, this Community Day will be very useful if you're looking to get an Ultra League Skeledirge, and with the no IV floor of wild Pokemon, it will be extra useful for getting something close to the perfect PvP IVs of 0, 15, 15 for the Ultra League. And with that said, if you do want to know more about what's going on in Pokemon Go in March, then I recommend checking out this video on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.